communications with electronic. Sometimes people just wrote me some messages like, "Hello, I have thought and I have heard from my friends that you're interested in this stuff." I don't know exactly where they are.
But you had no contact with this Martin Trolle?
No, I haven't contacted him.
He was living in Lithuania.
No.
But then in Denmark. But in Senna they took him when he came there to take photos because it's military objects, so the police took him. And they told me, the police, I know this military police, and they said he had some kind of Danish passport with visa here to stay here.
No, maybe, I don't know. Maybe he has some...
Yeah, so he
Some
perhaps he does
diplomatical,
some
maybe.
work. No diplomat, but perhaps some company or something. I don't know.
The question is, he has a lot of information where are these bases. Maybe sometimes ago he worked for some Soviet Union NATO committee for demilitarization process and has some papers. So now he can visit.
Look at the microphone.
Please check.
I want to look because I can't hear it.
You don't hear it? Okay.
No?
Okay. Okay. That's okay.
That's good. Then I sit here with my ice cream. I don't have to be in.
Men you can...
Jag kände mig så trött, så det var bra.
Ja, nu är jag i alla fall mätt. Vi har... Vad fan heter mätt? Full. Just talk a little about the books.
Du filmar väl inte det?
Jo,
Jag sitter och ser så trött ut.
Jo, men jag filmar.
About the books? What shall we say about them? You should instead take... Here is the Vina system, I think.
It was such an idea to show the stock in the silo, and some equipment was present in the seal.
Like in Blockstine.
Yes, the same like in Blockstine. Actually, it was drawn according to Blockstine and to some drawing materials we had. We were unable to show all the equipment in this complex, but they showed the equipment for fuel and oxidator producing process and some extra equipment, such a name as 7 level of the silo.
And whole this upper part was taken away, when they were launching the rocket.
The upper part was taken away. It was lifting a little bit by some hydraulical mechanism, and after that with 2 engines left to the
Could it
side.
be put back? Could they put it back later?
Yes, sure. It was such an idea that making one shot, this base and the silos will be prepared for the second one.
Yeah.
But the process was rather long, approximately 2 weeks, because all the wiring mechanism should be changed or checked, because during the rocket start, all the flame came through these channels, and here there are some cables. They are not shown.
Ska vi fråga om de stänger av musiken eller? Do you think they could close the music a bit?
Turn it down for just...
Okay, Antanas told us yesterday about this launching, and he said...
About this one?
No, about launching the principle of
about
launching a rocket.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was also serving in Vainode in Latvia, and he said that they had what he said prophylactic. He called. They checked the base for a second launch. Yeah,
the reglement, let's say.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what was interesting for me was that he was. I don't think they would have any chance to launch a second one, because there would come another missile to hit this one.
As for second one, it was such a joke that guys, if we will land the second one, everyone will have hero stars.
Yeah.
Because it was more theoretical than real needs. Actually, I think one launch will be enough for this complex to achieve all the tasks, and people who will prepare this complex for the launch, I think they clearly understand that this task was the last task in their life.
Yeah.
That they closed this bunker and never opened it again.
Yeah.
Because even if the launch from another block will be unsuccessful, the whole radiation level and the situation in the world will be so that it was no need to go away.
Do you think they realized that, all these officers?
Yes, they realized, no, maybe not all of them, but for example, when I speak some officers about Czechoslovakian crisis, actually they said me that they were very afraid, and the main question was, our wives, our families are here, what will be with them?
With them, yeah. Yeah.
But all of them were ready to start this rocket.
And 68, all of these bases were on high alert, yeah? In 68 crisis in Czechoslovakia.
Yes, no, not in the highest level.
No.
It was such a situation like the first command to gather in the places of technical zone and to start the preparation process was quite common for them. It wasn't a thought that no, just a practice, one of the practices. But later, many of them have seen that some officers are very nervous, like something is not as usual.
Yeah.
And then they have seen a real warhead. It was already something that is wrong. After that, the high concentrated starting fuel was sent from warehouses to the starting place. No one has seen this fuel, original fuel, because it was very toxic. Everyone knows that it was very toxic, and it was prohibited to give this fuel to the practice process. And then this situation was clarified, and it was after the first preparation process, it was announced that because of some changes in political situation, it was in order to prepare rocket for launch. And then the doors of the second bunker opened, and not the practice rocket was taken, but the war rocket, because the rocket that was used for practice, it was practical rocket, and a real rocket was never used for practice, and it was completely new, completely green, without any scratches, and it was such an understanding that something is not good.
But you think that this nuclear forces actually stopped war like in 68, that there were nuclear weapons that, and therefore it didn't come to a war between?
No, as for Czechoslovakian period, I don't know why the decision to prepare rocket forces, I mean strategic nuclear rocket forces, was made from Moscow. Maybe it was some decisions from America, maybe not.
This you don't want? No?
Thank you.
Film this. Okay. We can't have this with
It is
nuclear weapons.
advertising.
Yeah. That looks great, yeah. Okay, no, but it was...
Actually, it was not need
No.
during Czechoslovakian crisis for this rockets, but my uncle took part in Czechoslovakian crisis in the ground forces.
In
Yes, he came to Czechoslovakia. He was a chief of food production department in the Czechoslovakian army group, and it was such a information provided to the officers of the Soviet army that it is necessary to go to Czechoslovakia because NATO bloc wants to occupy Czechoslovakia. think it was not real information, but such like a propaganda. So maybe for some propaganda purposes, the preparation of this rocket were made, and the information was that this preparation was made was transferred for the Americans. But it is maybe my idea, and till now these documents are top secret. And actually, we need more historical information to understand the reason of this decision. The level was not so high. Rockets were connected with nuclear warheads, and these rockets were moved to warehouses back. It was not a rocket standing on the table, filled with fuel and targeted to some coordinates. No, it was one change.
But if you put in this Samine in the rocket, then you have to launch.
No, actually they need approximately 2 hours to launch the rocket. If we will see a preparation process table, it is. It is here. So this preparation number 4, it is for everyday situation. Yes, and from this situation, it is possible to launch a rocket during the 3 hours 15 minutes, rather long period, and the preparation process during Czechoslovakian crisis was the number 3rd. The starting time is 1 hour 55 minutes. The second preparation process could be made if Soviet Union will receive some information, for example, like NATO forces trying to do some steps. So actually it is not a dramatic change, only one step. But the second steps, it was a launch during the 1 hour and the launch during 22 minutes. So actually it was a dramatically reduced of the time.
With this modern fuel, solid fuel and so, today they can launch in 5 minutes or?
No, as for modern fuel, all this preparation is not necessary.
They can launch in 1 minute
only, actually they need to know the coordinate of place where they are. It is measured using several seconds by modern GPS systems. They need to know coordinates of the place where they shoot to fire, and the whole technical preparation process is several minutes.
You think such a... Have you seen this film, Dr. Strangelove? It's a very good, funny film. But
No, maybe name is.
Yeah, and it's about... It's from the 60s, this film, but it's about nuclear war. America, one general, Ripper, goes crazy and he sends some planes and starts this nuclear war. Yeah? And now I lost the thread what I want to say with that. Yeah, they think, because they received the order to go to the targets, and they said it's the Russians launched a sneak attack, he called it. But do you think today that you could almost do like that? I don't think it's a risk at all today. But do you think it is possible theoretically that Russia or America could launch such a quick attack?
No, you see, when the nuclear weapon was produced and when it was made, it is already a risk for the whole life of civilization, for the nuclear war. And I don't think that this risk sooner or later will be stopped.
No.
Because we have this weapon.
It goes on.
And this weapon is making more modern, more faster, more accurate. And I don't believe that it is possible to produce such a mechanism. Then one country is protected from this weapon, and another country is no. It is like an old fight between castles and artillery.
Yeah.
It is impossible to build such a castle. That it is not demolished, and it is impossible to produce such a gun that it is good for any castles.
So you think
It
the
is
risk,
like
the
so
risk
we have
continues,
this
yeah?
risk, and the level of this risk depends on political situation, not on the tactical, technical characteristics of weapon. It more belongs to the not to the area of military topic, but to the political topic.
But if there comes more countries, Iran, for example, North Korea, who has the situation might be even more complicated. I mean, even if they can't threat the big superpowers, but you already see
The complicated of this situation could be in such a context that in the period of Soviet Union, America and Soviet Union tried not to have an open conflict with each other, but tried to support some regional conflicts and to fight with third-party hands. For example, conflict in Vietnam was supported by Soviet Union, and it is not a secret. Conflict in Afghanistan was supported for America. It is not a secret too. The last conflicts in Georgia, for example, we see the American equipment, American forces, and Russian forces. So maybe the territories like Iran or some other countries, unstable territories, could try to use their weapons, thinking that some part, America or Soviet or Russia, will support them. This is rather dangerous, I think, and it is a question how the nuclear weapon will be spread in situation. For example, very difficult technical information for the period of 60s. Today it is an information from internet, and the technology of 60s today is technology of some common commercial factories. You can produce some equipment, can order some parts for rocket, for example, and in Europe. And factory will produce your part, and they don't think that this is for rocket, this is for weapon. They just produce part, you order, you pay, you give me drawings, I give you a part. And later you build something, and this is maybe quite dangerous, but it is impossible to protect all the physical knowledges for the whole period. And for today, for example, many information about modern nuclear weapon complexes are like a historical information already in mass media, in some books, and maybe someone will try or could try to use this information. But you see, it is very difficult to think about people who want to destroy the world, because I don't want to destroy the world, and I don't have the such a way of thinking. What
you
to
have
do.
fanatical terrorists. I mean, they go to paradise if they
Yes, so
destroy
it
whatever.
Is,
So
but it is, I mean, it is quite difficult to understand their way of thinking. What do they want to achieve, and what kind of technologies they could use. For example, then a real nuclear war conflict was possible between America and Soviet Union. I think the Cuba crisis. The governments and the leaders of America and Soviet Union understand that this complete conflict is very serious, and it is not good for everyone. It is a big question if guys from a terrorist organization could sooner or later understand. I think they couldn't.
But I translate one. Okay.